As they say, the bigger, the better. So we've got 10 giants that you'd better never mess with, unless you have a death wish. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Gen Zone. And in this video, we'll be looking at the 10 giants you'd never want to mess with. If you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as we bring you a countdown of some giants that should never be provoked. Number 10. Brian Shaw. Shaw Strength. Brian Shaw, pro strongman actor and business owner, is the 2019 Tai Chi Palace World's Strongest Man, standing at 6'8" and weighing 440 pounds. You may have heard of him since he was crowned the winner of the annual World's Strongest Man contest in 2011, 2013, 2015, and 2016 with numerous world strength records, including an 825-pound squat and an 880-pound deadlift. Number 9. Olivier Richters, the tallest bodybuilder in the world. This good-looking big man eats 6,286 calories, 450 grams of protein per day, and wakes up at 3 a.m. to enjoy his 7th meal of the day. When asked about his diet, he responded, quote, "It's a constant struggle because every 2.5 hours, you have to get 1,000 calories in just to maintain the size." End quote. His gigantic size is totally outstanding, with a 2.1 meter of 7 feet and 1 inch height and a weight of about 150 kilograms, which is roughly 330 pounds, and his arms have a circumference of over 21 inches. The Dutch bodybuilder is a model, the founder and CEO of Muscle Meat, and an actor, and nowadays he is Hollywood's newest go-to giant star. In 2019, it was announced that Richter had been cast in the 2021 film Black Widow in a minor role. He also appeared in The King's Man, Louis Wayne, and the HBO series Gangs of London. Number 8. Sheikh Ahmed Sanu, Iron Bibi. Upon his international debut to fame, reports read that he went from bullied to beloved and is now Africa's strongest man. He was always a huge one, even at his birth in 1992, as he weighed nearly 5 kilograms, and during his childhood, he was very much on the chubby side and laughed and ridiculed for it. This only compelled him to build muscle, and today, mission complete. Now, as a world champion in powerlifting, he weighs 180 kilograms, or about 400 pounds, and is 1.9 meters tall, which is roughly 6 feet 2 inches. His large frame and accomplishments have earned him the nickname Iron Bibi, with a bicep circumference of 63 centimeters, or 24 inches. Iron Bibi became a fan favorite at the 2018 World Champion in the log lift category and the World Axle Championships as well. He also broke the world record in lifting a 60-kilogram person 69 times, which earned him legendary status in the Guinness Book of World Records. Number 7. Sajjad Gharibi, Persian Hulk. Standing at 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 390 pounds, and nicknamed the Persian Hulk because of his enormous build and heavy muscles. He's proud to participate in bodybuilding competitions and represent his country, and is known to have a heart of gold while living a life of simplicity. Also known as the Persian Hercules, he can bench press 175 kilos. That is 385 pounds, which is pretty much the weight of a fully grown male lion. Number 6. Hafthor Bjornsson, Thor. Many are unaware that this giant started his athletic career as a basketball player, as he is 6'9" and was able to average 6.7 points per game until he needed surgery on his ankle. So he decided to try his luck at strongman contests, and he was very successful, winning 5 out of 6 events. About a year ago, in February of 2020, Hafthor Bjornsson deadlifted an unofficial world record on the elephant bar with 480 kilograms, or 1,058 pounds. Then in May of 2020, he deadlifted 501 kilograms, or 1,105 pounds, in Iceland, which surpassed the strongman deadlift record of 500 kilograms, or about 1,102 pounds. With his strength and his Nordic ancestry, it's understood why people call him Thor. Number 5. Andre the Giant. We've all heard of Andre the Giant. He's the one who swung Hulk Hogan around the ring during the 80s. But what we didn't know is that he was actually a professional wrestler from France. I know, like many people, you thought he was from Mexico. Andre the Giant, who grew so fast his parents didn't recognize him, had a case of gigantism caused by an excess growth hormone which got him labeled as the 8th wonder of the world. With a towering height of 7 feet 4 inches and an astonishing weight of around 500 pounds, Andre the Giant shared the same weight as a well-fed full-grown male lion. It's no wonder he was undefeated for almost 15 years in the ring. And although Andre the Giant often performed as the villain in showdowns, he was actually a kind man with a great sense of humor. It was reported that Andre liked to move cars and trick people into thinking they were going crazy. And like a child, he would enjoy farting on his opponents. Number 4. Gabriel "Gabby" Lemos Garcia. Gabriel Garcia, commonly known as Gabby Garcia, is the most dominant Brazilian jiu-jitsu competitor in the female division's history. She won the vast majority of important tournaments, even before obtaining her black belt rank, and she's already in the IBJJF Hall of Fame. We all hear feminists talking about equality, yet most men wouldn't dare hit a woman out of respect and chivalry. Likewise, we think it quite unfair and very odd when a biological male transitions and is able to compete with women. But in this case, there aren't many men who would dare step in a ring with her, let alone defeat her. She's been accumulating world records virtually every year from 2008 to 2019. Number 3. Nikolai Valuev, the Russian Giant. Standing at a height of 2.1 meters, or 7 feet, and a peak weight of 149 kilograms, or 328 pounds, Valuev is best known for being the tallest and heaviest world champion in boxing history. Before the fight that was called the Battle of David and Goliath, David Hay told The Guardian, quote, "All you have to do is look at a picture of the guy, and that speaks volumes. I consider him more of a circus show freak that happens to be boxing. He's an ugly type of fighter. He tries to lean on you, tries to brawl," end quote. And one thing is for sure, the Russian Giant was truly intimidating. People see heavyweights all the time, but never have they seen one as big as the Russian Giant. So that shock factor is prolonged when they first see him, and they never forget him. Someone of such size and stature is an oddity in everyday life, so even more of a rarity in the ring. Boxing analysts wrote that he had a furrowed brow, even when he wasn't trying to look tough. His smile seemed a little menacing, as if they were something he would do right before he inflicted pain. And he inflicted so much pain that even Mr. T would say, "I pity the fool." In 2006, Nikolai defended the WBA heavyweight title for the first time, having weighed in nearly 80 pounds heavier than his opponent, American Owen Beck. Nikolai powered his way to a quick win in Hanover, Germany, as he kept knocking Beck to the ground until the referee spotted the onslaught that moved Nikolai to 43 wins and 0 losses. Nikolai is truly a giant worthy to be called Goliath. Number 2. Choi Hong-man, Techno Goliath. Known as the Korean Monster by Japanese television announcer and Techno Goliath by wrestlers in South Korea because he'd grooved to techno music after a victory, Choi Hong-man stood 7 feet and 2 inches, 2.6 meters, and weighed 355 pounds, or 161 kilograms. Although he was a sight to see around the world from the Orient to the Occident, one of his most notable fights was against K1 World Champion Semi Schilt at the World GP 2006 event in Seoul, where Choi won the fight by a 2-0 decision. Some of his other great battles with big names were Fedor, Cro Cop, and even Jose Canseco, the baseball player? Yeah, the baseball player. Number 1. Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate. Brock Lesnar is truly someone who can dismantle the best of the best in heavyweights in the world. He originally gained national fame after debuting on WWE's main roster in 2002, where he won the WWE Championship, but he was already a natural-born champion, as he was the youngest to win wrestling titles at the age of 25, and after he racked up so many other gold belts, as he was a 5-time WWE Champion and a 3-time and the longest-reigning WWE Universal Champion. For a while, he also joined the NFL, where he was chosen as a defensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings, although was cut before the start of the 2004 season. So shortly after that, he went back to the ring and pursued a career in mixed martial arts, MMA, as he signed with Heroes and won his first fight against Min Soo Kim in June 2007. After some titanic battles against Heath Herring, Frank Mir, and legendary Randy Couture, he became the UFC heavyweight champion. Before he retired, Lesnar was a box office sensation in UFC, as he took part in some of the best-selling pay-per-view events in UFC history, including UFC 100 and UFC 116. Now, who would dare mess with a beast of a man who is the only person in history to hold a UFC championship and WWE World Championships? How much money would you need to even consider getting in the ring with any of these giants? And which one of them was your favorite? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel, give us a thumbs up as it helps us out a lot. Subscribe with the notification bell for future updates. Until next time.